All right, we're back. We're going to touch upon some Women's World Cup. We're going to touch upon some qualifications for the Champions Tier, round of 32 for the Leagues Cup. Of course, MLS and Liga MX. SummerSlam coming our way here this Saturday. Just some notable stuff. So let's start with the Leagues Cup. Male teams such as Mazatlan, Dallas FC, Houston Dynamo, Juarez, Orlando FC. A lot of those teams qualified. There were some matches just last night. 6 matches tonight. Teams like Pumas, Querétaro, New England Revolution, Atlas, Cruz Azul, all those teams. A lot of teams qualify. Of course, they each had 2 matches, except the winners of the MLS Cup and the winners of the Liga MX, Club Pachuca and LAFC. Last night, Dallas FC, beat Mazatlan 2-1. Houston Dynamo outlasted the Pachuca, the Liga MX winners, beating them in penalty kicks. LAFC, absolutely embarrassing. Juarez 7-1, and Inter Miami beating Orlando FC. The New York Red Bulls tonight will take on New York FC. Pumas will take on Querétaro. Atlas FC will take on New England Revolution. Charlotte FC will take on Cruz Azul. Philadelphia Union will take on DC United. Club Lyon will take on Real Salt Lake. Other matchups: Chicago FC versus Club America. FC Cincinnati will take on Nashville. Columbus Crew will take on Minnesota United. Club Toluca will take on Sporting KC. Monterrey will take on Portland Timbers. Tigres Unal will take on Vancouver Whitecaps, which is literally the only Canadian team left. Toronto FC got blasted, unfortunately, and Montreal didn't make it as well. So right now, the one matchup that we have for the round of 16, since Houston and LAFC are waiting for their opponents, Inter Miami will take on Dallas. It looks good. It's been good so far. There's been really good match. Messi's lighting it up. Beckham's loving it. Let's move on to the round of 16 for the Women's World Cup. Canada, unfortunately, were one of the top seed teams that didn't make it, alongside Brazil, alongside as well as Germany, who was just eliminated this morning. Switzerland will take on Spain. Switzerland hasn't conceded a goal, so we'll see what happens with Spain. They didn't look good against their one matchup against Japan. Japan leading the way, 11 goals to none conceded, so they're really good. We'll take on Norway, who's just as well conceded 1 goal, 6-1. Japan undefeated, Switzerland undefeated, Netherlands undefeated. We'll take on South Africa. Netherlands being 9-1 in their category, as well as South Africa just drawing even with 6 goals and 6 against, but did collect a win. Sweden undefeated, 9-1, will take on the undefeated defending champions, who have only conceded as well as 1 goal, but only scored 4. England 8-1 in there, as well as being undefeated, 3-0. Nigeria undefeated as well, will take who are only +1, but have been very, very defensively good and been battle tested because they did come from the group of death, which was Canada's group. Australia, who have only lost once, will play Denmark, who have only lost once. Both teams, Denmark being 3-1 in their goals, 4 in goals against, while Australia 7-3, because 4 of those came against their last match with Canada. Colombia, who have only lost once, will take on the undefeated Jamaicans, who have drawn twice but only conceded 1 goal, 0 against. So they haven't let a goal in. Sorry, they've scored a goal, not conceded. Colombia 4-2 in their category. While they take on the undefeated French. French will take on Morocco, who just won their second game today. Unfortunately, since the inaugural Women's World Cup, a team hasn't reached this round of 16 that is still in the negative. Morocco being -4 for their 2 goals for with 6 against. France 8-4, undefeated. It looks good. It does look good. It really feels like this this Women's World Cup is going to be absolutely remarkable. It has been so far. So many upsets, so many victories by so many teams been just so dominant as well. I'm not going to say who it's going to be. I don't even know who. I don't even have a final four. If I was to pick four, England, Sweden, Japan, USA. There, I picked my four. If I was to pick. Sweden, England, Australia always make the fourth, but I'll give it to France and Japan, just because it seems so right. I forgot Sweden's taking on the defending champs. So it's so far so good, but that's just a guess. Don't take my answer literal, because I am just having the best time watching these games, despite that they're on at 4 o'clock in the morning. Right now, Champions League, it looks like Copenhagen and Sparta will take on each other. The Polish Rakow will take on Erik Limassol. The Cypriot winners, PSV, will Eindhoven take on Sturm Graz. Athens will take on Dynamo Zagreb. The Faroe Islands, or the Faroes team, KI, will take on Molde, the Norwegians. Braga will take on TSC, the Serbians. Olympia Libania will take on Galatasaray. Panathinaikos will take on Marseille. Slovan Bratislava will take on Maccabi Haifa. And Rangers will take on Sarajevo. While the Euro qualifiers, it looks like Astana and Ludogorets, Korbag versus Helsinki, Slava Prague versus Dnipro 1, Zalgiris and BK Häcken, Borisov versus Sheriff, Zrinski Mostar versus the Icelandic Breidablik, and Olympiacos versus Gdańsk. And that is for that. Right now, and of course the Europa Conference, there's just way too many teams. They're all taking each other on. They're all fighting right now. So I apologize that I didn't mention any of them, but I will mention the final stages when I come back to you guys in a few weeks. SummerSlam, Detroit 2023. The main card, of course, main event, Jey Uso will take on the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. Seth freaking Rollins will take on the Demon, hopefully the Demon, but will take on Finn Balor himself for the heavyweight title. And of course, Jey Uso fighting for the Undisputed Universal. Brock and Cody Rhodes 3, the Beast and Nightmare number 3, we're getting it. And honestly, if you want to move, if Cody, if he does see this particular video, because why would he? He's a very famous dude. You're battle tested, and the fact that you choose to take on Brock Lesnar as many times, whether it's going to be 4 or 5, that it's incredible. And that's if you want someone to legitimize you, what better way than to have somebody that has the skill set and the history like Brock Lesnar. The Beast, arguably the greatest combat athlete in sports entertainment. Other matchups, Asuka will take on Bianca Belair and Charlotte Flair for her title, the women's title, WWE title. There's going to be a SummerSlam Battle Royal. And honestly, there's a few more matches. I wanted to do this quick. I wanted to make sure I get something out. Recap. Yeah, so I apologize that I don't have every match written down in my head. I usually have them written down here, so I do apologize, but SummerSlam this year will be something to look forward to. I cannot wait. I'll be back with the results, of course, on my next video, whether that be in a few weeks or so. A little bit of other news, MLB. Right now, Houston dominating. Orioles absolutely surprising everybody. Like, I'm shocked that they're doing good, and I'm not. And honestly, like, my Atlanta Braves doing good. I just wanted to show some love to Houston because of just all the people that left, and they happen to be as good as they are. Texas doing good. Blue Jays hanging in there. That's something to look forward to. If I was to make a bet, I would bet on the Blue Jays to take it all. But of course, the Braves. You got my Braves, who arguably are one of the main favorites to take it. I would say even some people even put them as the favorite, which is I don't like saying that because I don't want to jinx them. It would be something special for them to win twice. In such a short period of time since 95, and because 95 was their only win. More news. There seems to be a big trade in the NHL trying to go down for Erik Karlsson. Right now it seems between Pittsburgh and Carolina. I, as a Pittsburgh fan, think Carolina has a lot more that they can give, but apparently there's a 3-team trade, so we'll see who that third team is. Apparently, San Jose will eat up most of the contract. From what I saw, it's 40 to 60% of the contract, which is a shit ton of money. And of course, we have the NFL preseason starting with the Hall of Fame game, Jets versus Browns. Get to see the new look Jets, the new look and new symbol, the emblem that the Browns are sporting. We get to see it, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be see Rodgers and Watson, because we might not get to see that very often. Not knowing how long Rodgers actually is able to stay for. Hopefully, it's about 2 or 3 more years, because I'd like to see him retire as a Jet. They needed it for a long time. I, as a Broncos fan, just want to have a better season compared to last year. Sean Payton is the new coach, so we'll see how he holds up. There's been a little bit of beef between him and Hackett. Of course, Sean Payton speaking out, Hackett retorting, and we'll see what happens there when we meet up in later on this year. NBA, I don't know about trades, but lots going on with the NBA. Some people getting signed. I wanted to say I'm happy to hear Bronny James is doing good. If LeBron does see this video, I really hope your son does recover fast. I would love for you and him to play your final season together. If that is your final 2 seasons, I really hope. I really do. I'm glad he's doing good. It was a big scare, and it's nothing to laugh at. Cardiac arrest is not something, so I'm really, really happy that he's still doing good. I kind of just want to mention there will be more on Champions League qualifiers later, because it is qualifiers, and if I mention all these teams, then say, oh, I see this team getting in, and it might not happen. So we'll see what happens with the Champions tier qualifiers, Europa Conference, blah, blah, blah. All those conferences, the Leagues Cup. Get back to I'll probably wait till the end of the round of 16 to the Elite 8 before I say something about it. And I'll probably get back to you when the Women's World Cup reaches the Final Four. So thank you. This is going to be a shorter one. I do apologize. Usually they're at least 20 minutes, so I do apologize. Thank you for your views, and thank you for your time. Stay safe. Really big heat wave, so stay cool, stay hydrated. Love you all.